Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Rachel. So for today's video, we are going to talk about some reasons why you should not get locks. Yes, this might sound a little bit strange coming from me, seeing that I'm always saying, hey, you should get locks. I'm always rooting for people who have locks because locks is just such a beautiful style to be rocking. However, if your hair is not equipped enough, if you yourself are not patient enough to be wearing locks, then I don't think it should be for you. Off the top of my head, I'm going to talk about it and you can comment below, tell me what you think, and if you have reasons why you think that you or anyone else should not get locks, share them below so that we can all hear from you and learn something. So let's get into the video. So the first reason can be if you have thinning at the roots or your roots are damaged, or if you find out that from doing protective styles like plaits, twists, even braids, you see that your locks are irritated by it, or there's a lot of pulling and you suffer hair loss, especially at the front of your hair, then I don't think that you should get locks, because when as the locks grows longer, it gets heavier, and then not to mention when you wash your locks or if you go to the beach and there's a lot of water soaked up in your locks, it weighs down, and all of that can cause further pulling on the scalp. So you can be losing your hair from the roots, and as your locks grows longer and longer, you find out that your locks are thinning at the roots. Yes, you need to really inspect your locks. I think I've said this like twice before in my videos, that you need to know the condition of your hair. Get a cosmetologist, get a hairdresser, do a hair analysis, conduct a proper consultation on your locks so that you can know the status of your hair, your roots, your scalp. Alright? Second reason, if you are not patient enough, trust me, I don't think that you should get locks. Locks requires a lot of patience, a lot of dedication. You cannot just be like, oh yes, I want locks, and you go and get your locks installed, and then shortly after you are ready to take it out because you are already frustrated. You think that, hey, as you install it, like it just takes a couple days or weeks or a couple months for it to start growing to your desired length. My friend, it doesn't go like that. It requires a lot of patience, and you have to be so devoted to it to actually take care of it. So the washing process, the oiling, the hydration, all of that, you have to be super patient, super kind to your locks. You cannot jump on this journey and expect a speedy growth process. You know, everything takes its time to grow, just like plants, just like babies when they're growing. You don't see like, oh, you want a 10-year-old child, for instance, and as the baby comes out, you are like, oh yeah, he's 10 years old. No, it doesn't go like that. So it's the same thing for locks. With locks though, depending on your hair type, your locks will grow at a faster or slower pace. So again, it's all boils back down to you knowing your hair type and the health of your locks. The health of your locks really emphasizes on how fast your locks or your hair will grow. Thirdly, if you really care about what society thinks, for instance, like some organizations, they would never hire anyone with locks, especially if your locks are of a particular way, maybe like the really chunky locks, so it looks like you're a rasta, like that type of lock. So if you have that type of locks and that is the one, or that is the type of locks that you want, some organizations, some companies, they would never hire anyone with locks like that, and therefore they start to stereotype you. They start to put you in a box by yourself and just say that, hey, these people are of this type of religion or culture and they can be dampening to our organization, little stuff like that. So if you are not able to So if you're not able to withstand all that criticism and discrimination, then I advise you to not get locks, because it can be really hard out there. A lot of people are already suffering with a lot of insecurities and their own problems, and you do not want to be putting this on yourself if you know that you are not capable of dealing with it. Locks like mine, I have not received any sort of criticism or discrimination or anything of that sort. I think my locks are really accepting or acceptable to the different organizations that I am associated with. So I would say, if you want to get locks, really know the type of locks that are out there. If you're a female, you can consider the sister locks, the traditional locks, the locks that I have, which is goddess locks. And for men, traditional locks definitely is the best option for you. Alright, so just do your research and know the different types of locks, different sizes, and ways that you can style your locks if you are into styling. If you're getting locks because everyone else is doing it, then I really don't think that you should do it. You have to want locks for yourself. You have to love locks. Alright, so not because there's an influencer or there are influencers out there and you really love how their locks look. More than likely, the type of locks that they have won't be easily achieved on yours, or as it grows, it will not look the same. Alright, so remember, we all have different hair types or different textures, and our hair grows differently, whether it be at a faster or slower pace. So you have to know that you want locks for yourself, and not just because you are influenced or anyone is telling you to lock your hair. And I'm just going to leave that at that. Another reason you should not get locks: if you really love to apply a lot of products and your hands are really heavy on these products, my friend, do not get locks. Because with locks, it is just such an easy process. It is an easy way to take care of your hair. You do not need a lot of those products like leave-in conditioners and some hair creams. You do not need anything like that. All you need is your oil and your shampoo. I keep saying that, guys. Honestly, you do not need a lot of products to be using on your locks. So if you are devoted in using all of these hair care products, do not get locks. These will actually weigh down your locks and leave a lot of built up, and these things are super hard to get rid of. You'll have to do a lot of detoxing of your locks, a lot of ACV treatment, the whole works. So just know that when you hop on this lock journey, you are really cutting back on the amount of products that you use, the amount of money that you spend to buy these products, and all of that good stuff. It is just pure good stuff over here once you have locks. Another reason you should not get locks, and this one is solely my opinion, alright? So come for me if you must. So if you have locks, or if you want to get locks and all you do is wear braids or sew-ins or any type of hair extension, or you plan to do that once you get locks, I really don't think that you should have locks or you should get locks, because you need to allow your locks to breathe. And for me also, I just think that you are not committed to your locks journey. So why would you say that you want locks but at the same time you are not giving your locks this room for air, for you need to be giving your locks room for growth. So if you have locks and you are wearing all these braids and sew-ins and stuff like that, wigs, just cut back on that. If you think that you are not, if you think you cannot continue with it, then do the right thing. And you know what that right thing is. I'm not gonna say it. Like, is it that you are hiding your locks because you don't feel beautiful with it just yet? I know that, the ugly stage can be really... Wow, son. Wow. I know that the ugly stage can be really demotivating, but guys, you have to just trust the process and stick it through. For your locks to grow, in beauty and length as you would like or as you imagine for yourself. Your locks needs a lot of hydration, it needs a lot of sunlight, and it needs room for growth. So do not stick to all these wigs, weaves, or braids. Allow your locks to grow. What else? And I think this will be my last reason. So the last reason you should not get locks is if you already have color in your hair and your locks is color damaged. You cannot get locks like immediately, not right now at least. So you will have to wait like a while. You'll have to treat your hair and maybe, you know, do some cuts, which is a part of the treatment process, obviously. Yeah, you cannot just come into the lock journey with heat, with color damage hair, because once your locks, as a matter of fact, it's not even a case where once your lock starts to grow, but this can also prevent your locks from even forming, my friend. This is like, trust me. And also, let me just add this as a last reason, or I can just add it to this. If you have cream or processed hair or perm hair, yeah, you cannot just hop on this locks journey as well and think that your hair is gonna mat up quick and easy. It's gonna take longer, a lot of discomfort, and it will it will just take a longer time for it to form the lock. I had this friend when I was in the 9th grade, and she had cream hair, and like sometime after she came back to school with locks, starter locks, and I'm honestly trying to remember if it was a case where she was already growing out her cream hair and then just, you know, locked the natural part and then just allowed the cream part to just fall off on its own. I can't remember, but it's not easy for you to start with cream hair. You will have to allow your hair to grow out, and then you can start your locks journey. So cream hair and color damage hair, it's gonna be super hard, super rough for you to just come into this transition and expect your locks to mat, grow, and flourish healthily as possible. So that is it for this video, guys. I really do not want to be this person who is gonna say, hey, go and get locks, as said before. So just make sure that you want it for yourself, make sure that you do your own research, and definitely, as I said earlier, get your hair analysis done. Okay, know your hair type, know what your hair can handle, know if your hair is stressed or your scalp is stressed. Know all of that before you actually go and get your locks. But locks definitely are beautiful, and I love them. I love to see people with locks. I adore people who have locks. I just think these type of people, they are so free and beautiful with their locks. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.